Hello and welcome, my dear friends, to this latest episode of TransylGamer with me, Count Pixel. Once again, we have searched the world of gaming for the tastiest tidbits for you and wrapped them up in this easy-to-digest podcast that will sit perfectly on your palate. First up today is Ghostbusters. And no, you haven't been asleep for 25 years and missed the movie that it's based on, as it fits in loosely with the original films from the 1980s. In fact, we should consider ourselves lucky to have the game at all, as it was thrown out with the trash when Vivendi and Activision had a love-in and merged. Thankfully, the resurgent Atari picked it up, along with other things, and will bring it out in the summer. It's set in 1991, the year of the first Gulf War, those awful global hypercolour t-shirts, and the year Garth Brooks first emerged, so not perhaps the best year to pick. Anyway, it's 2 years after Ghostbusters 2, and you play a fifth member of the team who it appears can't speak or drive, but can catch ghosts. Lucky for him then. You have to deal with an increasing number of spectral beings as they invade New York City, including, of course, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's not Ghostbusters 3, we're told. That may well be a future film. The premise is that you've been hired as the guide to test Egon Spengler's latest inventions, and deal with all the ghosts while your colleagues point the way and offer snippets of help. What fun is this? Let me get this right. In a game of a film full of comedians, you have to play as some faceless mute who is basically a test dummy. That's like playing Halo as the person who cleans Master Chief's armor, or Metal Gear Solid as Snake's wardrobe guy. You can destroy as much New York City as you like though, so at least you can have some excitement.
When disaster strikes, when the city quakes in fear, when there's no one to turn to, who are you gonna call?
That's your cue, killer.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. There's something weird, and it don't look good.
It wasn't me this time, I swear it.
All my data indicate that the ghost world is beginning to push through multiple cross portals from their dimension into ours.
Well, more overtime.
Busting makes me feel good.
Ghostbusters, the video game.
Just once. I wouldn't mind running with these other fools away from each other.
Where's the fun in that?
Coming June 2009.
The ghoulish fun doesn't stop there, as our next game is the upcoming Batman game, Arkham Asylum. It's not based on any of the Batman films, which means it has at least an outside chance of being good, unlike every movie licensed game ever made. It looks to be about as light and fluffy as the recent Dark Knight film, so it should meet the approval of Batman fans. It's also got Bat in the title, and is mostly set in the dark, so it ticks 2 boxes as far as I'm concerned. Unlike other superhero games, this won't be an open-world sandbox affair, but, unsurprisingly, it will be confined to the title's location, Arkham Asylum, the home of pretty much all of Batman's his enemies. The action starts as Batman delivers a captive Joker to the asylum, only of course things don't go to plan. Surprise, surprise, and the lunatics end up running the joint. From what we've seen, the action then becomes something along the lines of Splinter Cell, but with a cape, where you have to creep around picking off baddies one by one from the shadows and solving puzzles too. These won't be Sudoku or 1001 Jigsaw, but the usual how do I knock out 4 baddies without setting off the alarm and getting myself pummeled into next week. Is this finally a superhero game that's going to be worth our time, we ask? All we can do is hope that the gameplay makes up for what on the face of it doesn't sound like a very gripping or original plot.
Batman Arkham Asylum coming soon on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and games for Windows.
The Sims franchise is huge and is all set to get even bigger when the third installment arrives this summer. It features, just like when you collect your Lada from the garage, a whole new engine, which allows you to immerse your characters in a wider world, not just that of inside their own home, where all you do is tell them to eat, drink, and go to the toilet. Added to this is a new Creator Sim feature that allows you to personalize how you want your characters to look more than ever before, and also to give them distinct personalities too. I wonder if this includes vampires. As with other Sims games, Sims 3 will be only available on PC, which leads us on to EA's policy for PC games. SPORE, its most recent PC-only release, was beset with all manner of DRM problems, and we can only assume that Sims 3 will have something similar in an attempt to deter those evil pirates. For EA's sake, it better be implemented in a more usable way this time. But when you get down to it, how different will it be? Not very, if you ask me. After all, how many different ways can you make a game that is based around building a house, getting married, and having kids? But then, where would EA be without its cash cow franchises? And I've never really seen the point of using an avatar to represent yourself. Well, that's your lot for this episode. Tune in again soon for more gaming goodies.